Hello, everybody. We have been sent an early copy of the movie The Dark Tapes by Michael McGowan. We're going to watch the trailer, we're going to react, then we're going to watch the movie, and then we're going to review that. All right, let's go ahead and react to this this trailer. Is it up? Okay.
It's epic pictures. These pictures are epic, guys. Average ass.
I can't hear it. People. Can you hear it? There we go. We got it turned up as far as we can.
Oh, is that some shaky cam? That's my jam.
You know what, Michael? I don't see why you need a review. Do Rue Morgue, Dread Central. Just love your shit, man.
Oh man, that's hot.
What was she eating?
This is very real.
A monster cock?
That'd be disgusting.
Hey, it was
clearly
disgusting.
human flesh.
Was it?
Looks alright. Looks like we got some hand cam and shaky cam. You know I'm into that.
Yeah, you like the found footage.
Yeah, found footage, good stuff.
Look at all this praise. I don't think you need our help, Michael. She looks like the girl from Oculus. I might be wrong.
What was that? The second most what?
It's the second best found footage film.
Now I know I can beat these motherfuckers.
Oh, I can beat these motherfuckers? Okay.
Yeah.
That might be a little cheesy, that little line. I don't know. But then again, I might be really into the movie and I'll be like, yeah, fuck those fuckers.
Did you say this was an anthology style thing?
This movie is an anthology, but apparently there is a story link somewhere in there, so it kind of all ties together. So I'm really interested in this. The reviews look good already, so I'm pretty excited to see The Dark Tapes. I am pretty miffed at Michael. You know, he sent us this email and he said, if there's one of you, if there's somebody on your team who likes horror movies, you guys would be good at this. So that tells me right there he has not watched my top 50 horror movies, and he has not watched our horror movie reviews. He just assumes that, or maybe he saw that we had reviewed a horror movie and he was like, this is enough. I'm just going to send it out or whatever. I don't know. Maybe he's a fan. I don't know.
The top 50 was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
It's not one of the more viewed videos,
That's
unfortunately.
true. So he's just trying to promote the video, and we're going to give it a fair review. Anyway, we're going to watch it and get back to you guys.
You watch these news bloopers of this woman with her tits out?
Sure. Okay, everybody, we just got back from watching The Dark Tapes. Really, it was about like 4 days ago, but we're going to give our overall impression and review of it. It is a anthology film with 3 shorts interspersed by one overarching story. We're going to talk about the first short, the second short, and third short, and then talk about the overarching story, and we're not going to give away any spoilers about it. The first short, let's go ahead and get out of the way. I think it's the best one of the lot. The first short is absolutely the best. It has excellent use of tension, and it has a really great ending. There is a static effect, and this happens throughout the whole movie for all the shorts and the overarching story, that ruins the tension just a little bit, but even so, I think this one, I would love to see this one as a full length.
I would absolutely love this one as a full length movie. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's really, 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 really well done. And we were watching it with a couple other people, and Liz, who's usually very scared of horror movies, was very tense during that moment. So kudos, because you scared somebody.
That one's great.
Yeah, even I felt the tension a little bit, and I'm used to this stuff. So
I feel
really well done.
I feel strongly enough about the first one that just off the bat, just alone, that's probably worth watching the movie for.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's how much I like it. But anyway, I don't want to dwell on the first one for too long. It's really, really good though.
Yeah. But you're static. Get rid of it. all future movies, get rid of it. I'm kind of sick of seeing it.
I'm not as opposed to it in concept, but the particular effect in this one, the sound effect is very loud and very harsh.
Right, and it's probably done for editing purpose. That way, if there's like a really long take and you need to, if there's like a mess up or something, you can edit real quickly. I kind of understand the practicality of it, but yeah. Get rid of it if you can. To our next short, which I believe is called Cam Girls. I noticed in this one the acting started to slip a little bit compared to the first short.
A little bit.
I think the reason why is because the setup is that there is people talking on a webcam. And I think what it is they're not actually interacting with each other. They're reading off lines, and you can kind of tell their acting seems fine, but it feels like they're talking past each other throughout most of it to me.
I could see that being a way to describe either that, or it's kind of maybe overacting in a sense of them trying to be very natural because they're supposed to be just like regular people on cams, but then then you're in acting mode, but you're trying to be like a natural person on a cam. Something feels a little stilted about it.
And that's why I felt like it feels really fake and forced. And then there's a reason for it, overall, but it just feels really dumb. I don't know how else to describe it. It just feels kind of weak.
I like the concept on that one, but it is not good. As well executed as the first one.
Yeah, that's probably better.
There is an amazing effect for people like those practical effects. Keep that in mind. There's something to watch it for. Good idea. A little lost on the execution for parts of it. You know, I don't feel like I wasted my time seeing it, but it was just
right.
It was there. It was all right.
Third short. This for me is the worst of the 3 shorts. To me, it's very dull, very boring. It has a really interesting concept, but I don't think it really knows how to engage. There might be somebody who's able to watch and engage with it, but I think the reason why I can't engage with it is because the things that are happening in it, they're supposed to be like bad, that make you empathize with the lead character. You don't see it. I mean, you probably wouldn't want to see it, but you would probably be able to empathize and understand where they're coming from better. And at this point, also the acting is still not. It's okay. It still hasn't really reached where it was in the first short. I mean, even the first short's acting is not like perfect, but it still gets the job done.
This one is very exposition heavy, more so than any of the other ones, and that's okay. But I feel like there's a lack of balance between exhibition, exhibition.
The lack of exhibition. If we see some exhibition, we might like
the exposition and following in the turmoils of the character we're supposed to be following and empathizing with. We hear about it, and sometimes that's an effective thing, kind of like a Lovecraftian element where you hear more about and there's a lot alluded to that you don't actually see. But
it goes overboard with it. Like they don't show anything.
I'm okay kind of without them showing anything, but I think we need to experience more of her struggle. And even if we didn't get to see the cause of it, just a little bit more with her rather than just the vague allusions. There is a part on this where it kind of brings a lot of the other stuff that's going on together, and with the overarching short that's interspersed that we're going to talk about in a moment, there is a part that brings kind of some of all of that together that's really big. And I think I actually really like what's going on there. Just maybe a little long-winded at times.
Yeah, and that's to me the problem. Basically, the main character, she starts to go on this, she starts to talk about a plan. During this, because at this point I really didn't care because I didn't have any way to engage with her as like a person, I almost fell asleep. I'm just going to say, because I'm not engaged with it, it got really dull, really quick. And the line at the end of it, time to beat these motherfuckers, which you saw from the trailer, that scene I was hoping would be like, yeah, I want to put this motherfucker. Yes, I know, because in a movie, a cheesy line like that might actually get a really good reaction because you're really into the movie. But in this case, it just happens after a really long, detailed plan that there's nothing really to warrant that emotion or that feeling. So I just kind of rolled my eyes at it.
I think in that moment she has kind of a long shot monologue, and I think ultimately she does really well. But that line is super cheesy.
Yeah, she does. I mean, I have to say that I guess she does a really good job of keeping up with all that information with that long shot. But for the purposes of it being effective, it just doesn't work, I don't think. But anyway, that's on to the we're gonna go ahead and talk about the overarching story that connects all these shorts together. The first part of it, when it first opens up, I think is really well done.
It lays out a good strong kind of mystery element initially, because the very first portion of that overarching story you get to see is pretty short.
And they talk about things like time and your dreams and like your awareness of these things and how there might be some interdimensional things going on with that. And that's a very interesting concept. And I think all the way up until the first part, they kind of set up what the movie might be about. You see the first short, and then the middle section actually starts getting creepy. And it's pretty well done. I think there's a lot of good jump scares, very entertaining. I think pretty well done. It starts to dip down into cheese mode a little bit near when they start showing too much. But I still enjoy it because I like cheesy things. But
and
it's fun.
I knew someone was going to point out it's hypocritical, but on the other one you said they didn't show enough. This one they showed too much. There's a fine balance. It's hard to achieve. Yeah, but it's just how it felt.
And it's according to what you're going for. If you're going for something that is over top, that's intentionally fun and silly and not necessarily trying to be scary, then you can show too much. I mean, you can show a lot. It's kind of the purpose. But in a movie where you're trying to scare somebody, you're trying to get at them, you may not want to show too much. I think if that's your intention.
I think that's the point where the Lovecraftian element of just glimpses, but never getting a full picture of it. There's elements of it that kind of maybe just stick around a little bit too long. But ultimately, I think the overarching story is very good, though. But it really brings things together.
It does bring things together,
and I love the way it brings this stuff together. That's
the very, very end of the movie is actually pretty good. I like that the way the overarching story all comes together. The concept that they're having to deal with is actually pretty. It's kind of a scary thing. You know, you're kind of stuck in this. Hopefully, not spoiling too much. You're kind of stuck in this situation. Oh, well, I can't even say it.
Yeah, that's probably enough of a teaser to make people like, what situation are they stuck in?
Yeah, exactly. But it's enough that I think that it's entertaining and it ends on a decent note. But ultimately, I guess we'll go ahead and give our general review or impression of it.
Of the whole thing?
Of the whole thing. I think that it is, I'm going to go ahead and recommend it for fans of like sci-fi anthology stuff. You might like it. But I will, with a caveat that there's 2 shorts in this that I think are pretty dang weak. Pretty weak, and I think that hurts it overall. And it's been very rare that I found a movie that I feel so mixed about, where I really like certain parts of it and really don't like others. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it just like maybe a 5 out of 10. I don't what's that on our scale? 3.7, 3.8 us.
It's about 3.9.
Yeah, something like that. 7.
Oh, 3.9.
Yeah,
7. Or 5. Or
rent it for the first short, and then just deal with the rest.
I think the overall concept is so strong, and there's such good ideas in a lot of the shorts, even the ones that come off weaker, that I would recommend seeing it. The overall story arc is very good. Between those two, and that being at least half of the movie, I would recommend it. I do think the other 2 shorts are weaker. So what's a pretty good 6.5 out of 10?
Well, I would say like a good is like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10, and a pretty good's like an 8. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We're talking subjective definitions here. I don't know. It's all up to you.
We'll split the difference and go 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then. So worth seeing. Okay.
Yeah, worth seeing.
I'm definitely looking forward to more of what he has to offer, because I think he works with like these. It's kind of a high concept narrative, and I hope that his next film, whatever he's doing, will be very, very effective.
I think it is fair to understand that he has a very small team and
limited budget.
It's impressive to work within those limitations to see what you can come up with and what you can make.
Right. For a limited budget, there's things in this that are actually
really
well done. You probably would see in like a full length, studio produced feature film. So
with some of our complaints, with more resources, those may not have even been an issue anymore.
Right. Exactly.
So I would be interested in future endeavors.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. For those of you interested in the film, it will be releasing April 18th. In the US, and also in Canada, the UK, and Germany, and other countries. The Blu-ray release will be then. It'll also be available on video on demand platforms. It's actually available for pre-order now on iTunes, soon on Vudu. I don't know. I don't have a date for that. April 10th is when it should be available for pre-order in other countries on iTunes.
Nice. Come back next time. We'll be talking about more paranormal things, more weird things. And when September rolls around, if you guys like these movie reviews, we're probably going to review The It.
Damn, that doesn't come out until September?
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize it took that long either, but yeah, it's going to come out. It's so long before it comes out. But I'm still pretty excited about it. They just released it now. The hype train for It is like so high right now. It's just be like, get it out there and make that money.
You know what? I've never seen the original It, and I think I'll keep it that way so that I can review this as its own movie.
Yeah, a fresh perspective. Yeah, I think so. That'd be a good idea. Okay, and I've seen the original It. I think it's pretty good. So. Okay. All right, cool. Anyway, thank you guys. See you later. Bye.